Hi, everybody. It's Chaya Parkoff, licensed clinical social worker, and this is ParshaRx, mental health prescriptions from the weekly Torah portion. In this week's Parsha Mikeitz, we witness Yosef's remarkable journey from being held prisoner to Pharaoh in a pit to becoming second in command to Pharaoh as viceroy in Egypt. Despite having endured betrayal and hardship, Yosef maintains his faith and composure, ultimately using his position to save not only Egypt, but also his own family, which ultimately becomes the Jewish people. In last week's Parsha, we saw how when he was in prison, instead of becoming despondent of his situation, he looked around to see. He's like, I'm here for a reason. How can I be of service to others? Thus, interpreting the dreams of the baker and the butler who were in prison too. His resilience and unwavering trust in a higher plan enabled him to transform personal adversity into a source of salvation for others. Now, this theme resonates deeply with the story of Hanukkah, which we're in the middle of right now. And it is no coincidence that Parshat Mikeitz is always read either on the Shabbat during Hanukkah or the Shabbat right after Hanukkah. Hanukkah is when the Maccabees, facing overwhelming oppression from Greek theology, philosophy, and culture, found the courage to stand up for their beliefs. Their determination led them to first search for the oil in the first place, and then bear witness to the miracle of the oil where a small flame burned for 8 days, symbolizing the triumph of light over darkness and hope over despair. Now, since October 7th, we have been witnessing modern day Yosefs and Maccabees. One example of a heroine is Sapir Cohen, an Israeli woman who was abducted on October 7th and was held hostage by Hamas for 55 grueling days. During her ordeal, Sapir chose to focus on bringing light to others, particularly by supporting a terrified 16-year-old fellow captive. She recalls, when I decided to take responsibility, I felt so powerful that I could take every bad moment and make it a funny moment. Sapir's faith played a crucial role in her resilience. Coincidentally, she began reciting Psalm 27 daily shortly before her abduction, a practice that in captivity provided her with inner peace. She reflects, I felt miracles. I think that one of the biggest miracles that I felt is that I understood that maybe I'm supposed to be in this place. These biblical and modern day narratives teach us that even in the darkest of times, which we know what that feels like, maintaining faith and seeking to bring light to others can lead to profound personal and communal transformation. Yosef's leadership during the famine, the Maccabees' rededication of the temple, and Sapir Cohen's compassion amidst captivity all exemplify the power of the inner light and resilience that we all possess. As we light the Hanukkah candles this week, let us remember that each small act of kindness, each moment of faith can illuminate the darkness around us. May we all be inspired by Yosef, by the Maccabees, and modern day heroines and heroes like Sapir Cohen to bring light to others, fostering hope, and mental well-being in our communities and ultimately in the world. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach.